including those of you who were at home, nice and warm and dry. So. Awesome. So we have our on-time game show with Brian, our home river, property management group. If you want to scan that code, get in the game. There's some prizes. If you're at home, you can scan the code and get in the game. There's the prizes. Brian, you want to say anything?
Hello, everybody. So glad to be here. Sorry I couldn't be here in person. Little under the weather.
All right.
How about now?
I'm having
Try again, Brian.
because of the light on it.
It's on you.
And then mute.
You, Brian.
Unmute, Brian.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry I wasn't able to be there in person. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling the greatest this morning, but have a great meeting. We're here to support you for anything that we can do to help your business grow. And if you have anybody who's looking for property management, please feel free to reach out.
We'll see you tomorrow night, Brian.
I plan on being there.
Perfect.
Okay, everyone got their game on?
No. It wouldn't scan. There's a light up.
Same for me.
Oh, whatever, Rich.
It's 100 wow.
Oh.
Is there a URL address?
So the URL is right here,
Uh,
and then here's the QR code.
oh,
It should
that-
still scan.
Maybe that's a better QR code. Let me try that again.
A better QR.
Yeah, the other one was right under that upper right. There, it is. Yeah, that one worked.
Everyone in? Can we do this game?
We're gonna,
Let's do it.
I believe in it.
Let's
Let's go.
How many is it take?
Here we go.
Wait for players to join.
Resolution.
Mine doesn't matter.
We're starting.
We're starting. Look at your device. Who's this? Who's this? Chestnut, Pringle, Buddy, Money Bag.
Funny day.
Who's that? Time doesn't matter, so. put your credits. You survived here first. Oh, you are no fun. Question 2. Who's that? Is the. What line?
It's Randall.
Randall. Describe. Who's that?
Oh.
I swear for God.
Everyone has.
We'll get your party tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
I'm gonna screenshot this.
Okay, we're gonna probably welcome.
Yeah, go ahead, click it. It's you now. Sorry, I didn't know you came back.
The big news, I don't know if you guys know, when Carnegie left, we went as a tax to go to a virtual MCA, but now we have hired an in-person MCA. Already in the office. And for those who don't know, we have a new MCA, and we probably welcome. Megan Ray.
Dad! Oh my God!
Megan for my-
Santa here? I know him.
He has left our director of operations. Moved to be our new MCA. So you'll see her in the office next to Bruce's. So.
Isn't that where you came from? Yeah, okay. Back to my.
But thank you, Megan. We're very happy to have you here. Some auditing as well. You'll see to commission dividend as well as processing the second commission. So you'll start seeing that happen. So stop bothering Desiree and start bothering me.
Duly noted.
Duly noted. Okay. Have you guys seen Bobby's new investment house?
It's crazy.
It rolled on the SAC B. It was so crazy. It rolled on SAC B.
Besides, still gone wild.
Really not long. Look, it looks beautiful on the outside, right?
Boom.
Oh, my God.
It's like doctors.
Hey, John, the only thing missing from this house is a serpent in the pool,
Yeah.
like a fish.
So, there's a lot of people who online went viral, and a lot of people online, but you should see it. So, just so you know that, Bobby is giving an open house tonight. 4 to 7. 4 to 7. If you want to go see this unique house, viral across the United States, and even got a SAC B article because this is so crazy.
Like, right there, it's pretty fine.
Yeah, so. Right there. Who doesn't love this house? As it is. Look at that. Anyway, we just want to share with you, Bobby's having the same course in tonight, but I think this is the most crazy house in Sacramento I've ever seen. Look, that's the basement. So there's this bookcase that opens up, like it's like in the wall, you don't know, but it opens up and there's, yeah. And in the behind the basement is like this thing, and there's like, yeah, right there.
That's why you get a real job.
So you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was, the owner was like, obviously very. No, he passed away. Congratulations on Bobby on getting the strangest house. Welcome to the family. We have some new people here. Danielle Price, Edgar. Introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Edgar Velazquez. Happy to be here.
Tell us a little about yourself.
I have a big family. I have 7 kids total, 2 dogs, 3 goldfish. And I'm still in the corporate world right now, so I work for a brokerage for insurance. So I'm looking to transition out with this full-time thing. So I'm just excited to be
Well,
here.
that big family, you're gonna sell a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I saw Ivan online. Ivan. You want to meet yourself there? You. There you go. Hey, welcome to the family. Awesome. Hey, Ivan.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, welcome to the family. Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, I'm Ivan. This has been long coming. When I first got my license, I think early 2020, I talked to John. I ended up going to a different brokerage, and it didn't end up working out for me. So I'm back, and I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. You realize the grass is greener here with you, so welcome to.
I can't hear you.
Welcome, we got some new tappers. Congratulations to Nada. You don't know Nada? She congratulate her. And we also have Jacqueline Hernandez on the Par Mat Wall team. So congratulations. Congratulations. First year, what was it?
Goal of mine, glad in my inner sphere, I think, yeah, every deal I did was, with people I knew, which was a blessing.
Yeah.
And then Sam, big shout out to you, she was big on helping me kind of, she, I think, threw it around the office multiple times. Yeah, I mean, Rich, Taylor, Regan, they helped, so it was a blessing.
Well, congratulations, Money. I'm capping their first year, so we're looking forward to it. So, all right. Oh. All right, picture listings. Who's got listings in December?
I got one. Okay, this went out live today. It's in Woodland, 1425 St. Louis Way. It's 2969 square feet, home, 2020 built, KB home, brand new starter home, 610. Yeah, and it's paid solar included, so very little PG&E bill.
Nice. Congratulations.
We got one going on, live next week, 4971st. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, just over 1,000 square feet. I think we're going at 375. Should be on Wednesday or Thursday next week. We'll have photos and all that. They are VA. Not sure it's assumable because we have to use his VA loan for the next purchase. So
375.
375.
Byron.
A week ago, I just did a Action Woodland, it's 53 acres. Has a modular home that's 2,600 square foot, it's beautiful inside, also has a smaller one, it's kind of gutted inside. It is zoned agricultural. So it's 53 acres, there's pistachios all around it. Something has like a
Pistachio. That sounds awesome. Lots of pistachios. I just want you guys to know, like, Byron has become our residential farm and ag guy. So anytime you have farm and ag questions, it's at Byron, because he's doing all this woodland farm and ag properties. So congratulations. Anyone else? Picture listings? Fun.
We had one that just hit the market yesterday. It's in West Sac. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home. Built by LGI like 2 years ago, I think it was. 445. So if you've got someone that's looking in West Sac for like a condo or something, this is a great alternative because it's an actual single family residence, 2-car garage, has all the community amenities at Bridgeway Lakes, right? And 95, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or 98. So it's below $100, right? And there's no solar on it either, I don't think, so no lease on it. So that's Prosser, 4059 Prosser. So if you've got anyone looking for a condo or with a small single family, that's an option. We have 2 that should be hitting the market today, later on. One is 95823 La Crosse Way. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, single story. It's got an amazing backyard, like good lot size, got a pool, spa, a play yard, etc. So if you've got someone that's looking for like a 3-2 single story, but has a pool, 475, I think, maybe possibly a little bit lower. I'm just finalizing, and then it'll be on the market today. And then we have a condo down here off of El Camino. A 5-bedroom, 2-bath. You know
the Northville condo?
You know
Yeah.
5-bedroom, 2-bath, 295. 295. Maybe like an investor, renter, you know. I have to check on that, Bruce. I'm sorry, I'm just going off a little cheat sheet. It's 716 Northfield Drive, number 43, and it'll be live today. We just got photos back, but going live 295, 5 bedrooms, 2-bath.
Is it moving?
Oh yeah, it's ready. He's got, oh yeah, I'm sorry, it's clean and updated, so it doesn't look like garbage. It's nice. It's got like laminate flooring throughout, new carpet all around. Granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, new paint, new baseboards, new lighting.
275?
He paid $295.
295.
But that's a really good price for me out there. And then, so those are the 3 new listings, and then we do have 4 available in Natoma. We have 1 on Yellowwood. Over there, you know, Natomas Meadows. We have 1 in Natomas Park with a pool. We have 1 on Winnemac. And then we have Bridgefield DR Horton. So they've been on the market like 14 days or so, or 12 days. So bring an offer before we do price corrections. Because you know, I'll be doing price corrections. So bring an offer before everybody else does.
That's fine. We're gonna-
Building your price corrections, so. Yeah.
I am gonna put your listening.
I do, John, I
Yeah.
do.
Oh, yeah, Francine, go ahead.
I have a new one coming on the market probably the end of next week. It's in Fair Oaks. It is off of Dewey between Madison and Greenback. It's 1,967 square feet. It's a single story. But they built on a library, a 2nd-story library, which is pretty unique. And it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and it'll be probably listed at $541. And then I still have the 2-2 on P Street at 1026 P Street, which is an 850 square foot, super cute condo. Secured gate, community, and that's at $399. We just lowered it 20,000.
Wow, congratulations. Wow, okay. Everyone bring your offers, and if you have buyers, shop them, because you can get in contract really easy.
Yeah, bring me a buyer, somebody.
Anyone else? Picture listings? Okay, let's move forward. Congratulations to everyone who just closed. This is for all of November. Michael and Taylor from 10 closings in November. Eternity 7, Acton Bobby 8, Farmapple 4, Swan 4, Rich 3, Dennis 3, Nada 3, Emsa 3, Money 2, Jose 2, Andre 2, Ivy 2, Jacqueline and Jean and Jenny all 2, and congratulations to the rest of 1. I just want to congratulate you. People are closing. The market is not, you know, market is down about 45% on transactions now. But you go find your 55%, right? You'll be fine. Okay.
Well, he's on there.
Where?
Andre's on there too at the bottom left.
Oh, yeah.
You're on there. I'll put them under here.
I just want to let you know, today is the deadline for your SARS due. If you want to make payments on your SARS due payment, you need to sign up today by 4:30. If you don't, you will be required to make the full payment come January 1. And if you don't, we will hound you, and it's not going to be fun. So yes, there's no interest, but the caveat is part of that SARS due payment has about $200 in optional fees that like contributes to the PAC fund. If you do the SARS due phone payment, you pay all the optional fees. If you pay it up front, you can uncheck the optional. It drops it to about $670 if you don't do the optional, it's about $800.
Is P card due at the same time?
Yes. Oh, I don't know if P card's gonna start with it. I didn't hear about P card. I don't think P card's never done it. Only sorry. So if you're P card, you're screwed. If you're YAR, they do farm plans, so you're screwed, you just got paid. Sorry, you can do it again. All right. Just so you know, it is open enrollment time. If you are looking for healthcare, we do have a couple options. So we both have insurance products through PAR for regular group health insurance, and then we have our own also here with KW, our own medical plan as well, which is about 30% cheaper as a health share plan, which is pretty awesome. So if you want to know, talk to Desiree, our agent services director. Starts November 1st. All right. Mark Center events. We have some events coming up. This is pretty awesome. So where's you want?
Yeah, absolutely. So on this note, real quick, so we found even in our ALC clinic that top producers live off what's called the 411, right? They set their goals, right? They don't say, hey, on January 1st, 2023, this is what we're going to do this month or this year for 2023, and then just go revisit it back at the end of the year and be like, oh, where did I land? Right? Top producers organize their life and live intentional And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna teach a class on how to build your 411, help you set goals, right? And then how to track them. And if you haven't noticed yet, a few of our ALC members, myself included, are putting our 411s on our office doors to hold a high level of accountability, right? And what that is everybody that is successful will have a high intention around accountability. And we're gonna show you how to do that, right? You wanna come from the corporate side, I'm sorry, I'm talking you out now, Edgar, but you're coming from the corporate side and you wanna make this successful as possible, as seamless as possible, and as smooth as possible, right? We're gonna show you how to do that. So this is for all levels. It's from beginner to top level producers. Parn's involved, I'm involved. Don and I are gonna be teaching this class. We're gonna show you how we operate.
So if you want to learn how to plan and hold yourself accountable throughout the year, especially as an individual leader, you need to hold yourself accountable, right? Come to this training, we will teach you how to build a 401, we'll teach you how to build your accountability in the system. And like I said, the ALC has committed to develop a 401 for 2023 and post it on their door. So you literally will see what the goals are for every ALC member around the office. You can walk around. And if Andre puts it up there, you can make fun of him if he's not getting his goals, right? So,
On that note, I know people might want to go hybrid and do the Zoom. You're gonna get way more out of this in person. You're gonna feel the energy and connection and be able to walk through each step. So it's highly recommended that you're here in person. We'll probably offer some drinks and beverages and maybe a little food.
all right, so December 7th, 2 to 3 p.m. in this office, which I'll be presenting that. And then tomorrow,
I plan out our whole day. First, we'll make snow angels for 2 hours, and then we'll go ice skating, and then we'll eat a whole roll of Toll House cookie dough as fast as we can, and then, to finish, we'll snuggle.
so who wants to come to the holiday party? And then afterwards, Bruce will cuddle. I'm feeling a little soft, not in cuddle with Bruce, so. Yeah, I'm soft again, Holly. But if you haven't signed up, please, let us know when coffee.
All that.
That's it, we're maxed out, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. There's photo booths, special surprise guest, a gift exchange, please participate in the gift exchange, a wrap gift, $30 off price, you'll be in the gift exchange.
That doesn't mean target the place, that just means like the price.
Yes. Sorry, if anyone's confused. So, pool table, shuffleboard, ping pong, cornhole table, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Just so you know, drinks, you will get one drink ticket for your drinks, but after that, it is a cash deal.
You have to check in with Ashley for Fair Oaks or Sam, for that, we're both gonna be at the same table, so same thing, first people you see here, first people you see there, we'll get your.
I'll give you $1.
Ticket, because hubby's coming too.
So if you want to sell your drink ticket to other people.
If you guys forget,
Hey, that's my ticket, Andre.
have cash available, you can generally me at 5%.
There's everything in the building, so I'll bring extra cash too, if you need. Yeah, so. But from 6 to 10 p.m., please go to the Camry's actually been a pretty fun location, actually, so we're super excited. That is tomorrow evening, so please. We will also be shutting down the office a little early.
Yeah, we can close it, everybody can go and get fancy and have.
And it's
fun.
cocktail attire, which means dress how you like. I heard there's gonna be fur. What those?
Yeah.
Parking is like, oh, there's a big old parking lot at the building, so it's parking at the building. And they'll say pay parking, but we're in the evening, so they won't charge you, so just go in the park.
Sorry, what was that about, parking?
If you see Timber out there trying to charge.
So-
people-
When you drive into the facility, there's a big parking lot there, just park where you want. It'll say pay parking, get a permit. Don't worry, it's after hours, you can just park.
Okay.
Any questions? Who's going? Oh, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Okay. Who's dressing with fur?
Park.
That's it.
No.
A few trainings, just so you know, next week, December 6th, from 10 to 12, Michael and I will be doing a training. If you are thinking this market is gonna make you quit, or I'm just gonna survive, or if you actually want to thrive, I just say, no, Michael and I started and went through the last recession. And we are still here and obviously see where we are. So we're going to tell you everything you need to know. We're going to start with a little bit of mindset, but then we're going to go into scripts. How do you handle buyers and sellers in this market who are scared or give you objections? Then we're going to go finally into this is going to be pretty awesome. We're going to We're gonna go into, you really should be loving your database and creating a moat around your database. We're gonna talk about 36 touch programs, how you should be handling your database. And even if you're an individual agent, you should be creating a moat around your business. As Money said, he capped off the people he knew. Honestly, you can get through 2023 just off the people you know in your phone if you do it at a high level. We're gonna talk about how to do that. We're actually gonna outlay a cheap, I call it the free version of 36 touch, which is gonna be a smart plan you can just go to command, find our smart plan, we'll have a giving segment for our smart plan, and it'll implement a 36 touch for you. All you have to do is forward the call. And then there'll be a mailing version, which is a little more expensive. And then also you'll have Kayla with our full spectrum marketing will have it. If you don't want to do it, it's too late and I don't want to do it. I just want to make calls. You can push the easy button with Kayla, and Kayla will do your 36 touch program for you. For a price based on how many people you have in your database, right? So, please come. We're going to talk about a lot of that and how you can thrive in today's market, even though it's already down 45% in transactions right now. All right. Increase your business working with investors Monday, December 12th, 11 to 12 at the Fair Oaks office where there's Amy's teaching class, increasing your business. We're working with investors. So see that. Our last team meeting of the year is next, not this week, next following week, December 15th. Thursday, the following 15th. This will be the last Thursday team meeting. Next year, we're going back to Wednesday team meetings. So
January 7th is our first team meeting of 2023.
this is happening. You need to save the date on this. Cover your assets. Okay. Wednesday, January 18th from 11 to 12. Robert Brand is going to be coming in. He's going to be talking compliance. We need to, as you know, I've been auditing because I've been filling in before we hired Megan here, and some of you need some compliance help. So this is actually mandatory. We're going to be required to do it. We're going to be talking about TDS avid disclosures updates in the new RPA, how to manage your risk so you're not creating liability for your own business as well.
And Michael and your Bill class, is that gonna be recorded?
This will be on Zoom too, yeah.
It'll be recorded, because I won't be able to watch it live.
Yeah, we'll record it too, yeah. So. And actually, if you miss it, you're available next day. We're doing that class the next day up in Fair Oaks.
Oh, really? On Wednesday?
On Wednesday, yeah.
Okay.
So. Any questions? All right. Regional events.
Vince is really excited. We're all really excited about that complex. It's 2 weeks away.
Family reunion, just know, here it's Shift Over Thrive. Just so you know, KWRI is coming out. KWRI International is coming out. They're doing a class, generate leads, do with the right skills, timely skills, implement the right leverage. Matt Green and Zach Younger are going to talk about how you can implement your business in this to thrive. It's happening in Concord. We're having a big crew roll down. So if you want to roll down and see, Matt Green, is our VP of industry. So he's going to be there, and Zach is going to teach, and they're going to teach you how to build your business with Command to Thrive to just generate leads itself, that your command will generate leads for you. Who wants free leads? Please sign up for that. That is happening on December 13th, not next week, the following week. We're going to drive down that. Family reunion is happening now. You need to sign up if you are going to go, because the hotels are filling up. So if you want to go, we're going to have a fat crew rolling down. So 18th, 21st, it is literally right across the street from Disneyland. So like make it a family thing. Yeah.
That Shift into Overdrive, also it's gonna sell out for free, and there's limited seating, so if you guys are interested, book it.
Yeah, just so that will sell out. I think we already have about 20 agents going here signed up already. So we are going to take your money for it. So we're doing an ALC spotlight. ALC member spotlight. Andre, come on up, Andre.
I've been in business 8 years, in February. And I only got into the money. Literally the money and to make my own schedule. And 8 years later, I'm still working on to make my own schedule for it.
But you like before we go, if you knew what you know now, what was it the one thing you'd tell yourself?
Do it sooner. I should have gotten my license when I was like 18, but
I know that.
hindsight. I think the biggest thing is treat it like a job. Heard an agent say, if you treat real estate like a job, it'll be the best paying job you've ever had. So all that means is put in the hours, come in and put in the hours that you would in a normal 9 to 5 job.
Yeah. What motivates you today? 8 years later, you're still doing it, still the money?
100% the money, but it's the freedom that the money buys to be with my kids.
You do travel. How much have you traveled?
I was out of the country about 45 days this year.
What was that?
10%, Jose said.
10%. So 10% of the year last year. This year. Oh, no.
Goals.
You are out of
Mexico,
on vacation.
Mexico, Poland, France, England. You know, all.
That's just. You also went to Navy camp?
Vegas, mega camp, San Diego, Vegas again, Pismo Beach, yeah. That's kind of our thing is traveling, so. So I still work, I still work from like Europe, middle of the night, you know, but.
But you build a team to work on flexibility. But just so you know, if you want that life by design, right? You can still have a great business and have a life by design. Thank you, Hunter. We appreciate you. Want to close with anything? Oh,
I just have an observation. You're a little bit modest about not getting the free time and all that because you were in Paris and you still closed a couple deals during the month.
Yeah.
So I think that says a lot about the business that you've set up.
Right. And it's just, again, like you said, life by design. It's gonna be what you want it to be. And if you make, what you focus on expands, right?
yeah.
And Bulldog, we focus on that, and that's what I've been focused on with my wife, is building that kind of life where we can do that and still make money and still enjoy our life, and it works.
And all that, you're trying to build the flexibility more, and I know you took your whole team to bowl, right? So.
Yeah, I think 90% of them did.
Yeah.
So we all went to bowl. Want to close on a little bit about our ALC committees. This year I was, what's the name of the committee? The growth committee. Career development, sorry, growth was the year before. So if you guys haven't joined a committee this year or last year, I encourage you. In January, we're gonna have the one, right, to choose from. So every ALC member is a part of the committee, has a committee, is a head of the committee, and I'm probably gonna do the same one. And what we did was just set up classes for you guys, set up speakers to come in, and I encourage everybody to be a part of it. We want to know what you want. Right? I could just tell you, hey, I want to teach this because, well, I like teaching this, but that doesn't mean everybody wants that, right? So if you're a part of that committee, we have committee meetings every month. You can help us set up these classes, tell us what everybody wants, what do you want, and make sure that we're going the right direction. So I encourage everybody, come January, pick a committee, join, come to the meetings, and help us help you. All right?
And I do want to say one thing. A lot of agents ask me, hey, how do I talk to Parm and how do I talk to Andre and how do I talk to these big agents? Like, join the committee. Trust me, you're going to be sharing time with them, working with them, right? This is the best way to actually get those relationships. They'll help you and tell you what they're doing, right? So just make sure you join the committee. You'll see those roll out in January. We have a great goals committee and there's gonna be some exciting stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And you can always knock on our door too, especially Parm, for sure. I got one little data with you guys. Yesterday I spent half an hour with an agent that does 100 million in volume. Half an hour. I needed to go to Bold. He kept on talking. That's what you see.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what KW is about, and that's what Parm's all about too. So.
Okay, I am super excited to announce our special guest, Leon. She has been in the business decade. She is actually the newer team leader up in Chico area, and we have had a great friendship so far. And she has agreed to come down and give her knowledge, especially around the shift, because you were around during the last shift doing real estate, right? So she's going to talk about mindset and shift and how you need to embrace the shift. And welcome, Leon.
Thank you. Thanks you guys. Sam made that for me and I'm like, we were digging around. That was like on a email signature from a long time ago. That was a Sculpiant that I did a long time ago.
You tried to mail in and KW.
That came up. Well, nice to meet you guys. I'm Lee Ellen. I've been in real estate for 31 years, effective last month. So I got my license when I was 3. And I love real estate. I grew up in a real estate family. I have my broker's license. My parents were really big into investing, and I saw the things that my dad did in real estate, and it inspired me. When I saw him on my very first, like, most amazing memory at Christmas time was we showed up at somebody's house, and it was a tenant that my mom and dad had in Anaheim when the house was like $14,000, right? And we went, or he bought it for that, but it was worth more by then. But we went over to their house. We drove up in a car loaded full of groceries. We took 2 cars. And my parents walked in, and my dad, these were his tenants, and he handed them the keys to the car, gave them the car, and then the car full of groceries. And this lady breaks down, starts crying. And then they signed the deed over to the house to these people. It was so impactful and so amazing. And I loved it. I loved seeing what could happen. And he did that by building a real estate empire. So, and I grew up, and he had his own brokerage way back when, and I loved to just go into his office and all kinds of things. So anyway, fast forward, here I am now. I got my license a long time ago. I did sales just a little bit in the beginning, and then I got into property management, having a property management company, and I doubled my GCI every year for 10 years, sold that, had a bunch of babies. When I say a bunch, I really did. I had 10 children. I had 2 in heaven, and I have 8 here on earth. So my youngest is 12, my oldest is 26. I'm talking fast because they said you have 15 minutes, so I'm going to be fast. But I love my kids. I love my life. I'm very blessed. And when I got into property management, it fueled me and allowed for me to make, it was just another way to make a living in real estate. And then I began working in that field, transitioned into development, and I worked for a developer, and we worked on big projects like in Napa and Colorado and Utah. And they were commercial developments like Ulta Beauty, shopping centers, you know, with Chipotle's and that kind of shopping center, big anchor tenants. So I learned that side of the business. And then fast forward through relationships, business and friends who like knew somebody who knew somebody. Hey, here's an opening at KW. Have you ever considered it? And made my way. And next thing you know, I'm a team leader, and I'm starting over. You know, I've been at KW for 1.5 years, and John has been gracious enough to help mentor me and show me the ropes on being a TL. And I think in my very first conversation with him, he said, you know, it takes about 2.5 to 3 years before you can actually kind of get decent at being a TL. So it's a lot to learn, but I love it. And the most rewarding, the absolute best part of my job is interacting with agents and being able to help them build their businesses. That is, it just fills my cup, and I love it. So that's right now. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the shift, but not too much. I think everybody's been beat over the head with the shift. You guys, if you have not heard about the shift and been talking about it much, then your head's been under a rock, because I know John's been beating you guys with this. We and James Shaw and everything at KW and the international, we just talk about it, and we're entering the shift in the beginning of this year into it now. We're full swing into it, and it's here, and it's here to stay. And we all know that. And I just want to remind everybody, our company was built for this. This is how KW, I mean, we were built for this. And all these tools and all these trainings are like at your fingertips to equip you to handle this shift. And the fact that John and Michael are teaching that class next week, that's amazing. Just one more set. And there's all kinds of things online. So you can find the tools and everything you need for it. Talking a little bit about mindset right now, and that is because if your mindset is not right, it doesn't matter if you have the skill set, you probably aren't going to execute on it. You're not going to do well with it, or as well as you could. And if you have the skill set, or if you don't have the motivation, and you have the skill set, but your mindset is not around it, and you don't have the proper motivation in one moment, you're not going to act because you don't feel like it, because your mindset's not right. If your mindset is right, no matter what, if you lack motivation or you lack skills, as long as your mindset is right, you can kick your own ass into gear, right? You can make yourself go and learn what you need to learn, to do what you need to do, to take the actions you need to take. And the same thing, if you already have your skill set but you're just like, ugh, your mindset can kick your butt into gear with your motivation. So I feel like motivation, no, it's not about that. It's about your mindset so that you're going to be able to take the actions that you need to take when push comes to shove. And right now, our businesses, who has problems? We all have problems, right? And if problems are a sign of life, they're evidence of life. And the only people who don't have problems are dead. So this is a problem business, embrace it, right? Don't just surrender to it, embrace it, and know that that's the whole reason you have a job here helping people, is because if this were easy and this was not strewn full of problems, everybody would do it, anybody would do it, and a realtor would need it. So just embrace it, go with it. That's exactly what it is. So along the lines of problems, I just want to dive into, so I'm going to talk about a growth plan today. And part of that is just realizing that how you speak to yourself matters. The truth is, how do you speak to yourself? So if you have all this negativity coming in, negativity goes out. If you're talking about, oh my gosh, I can't do all this, I've got all these problems, the interest is insane, the market is terrible, I can't get my sellers to come down, I can't get my buyers to commit, et cetera, negative talk. If you have the ability to control your talk, you have the ability to control what you're feeding yourself, not just your body, but your actual mind, the stuff that you're doing, what you think about, what you listen to, what you read about, who you're going to learn from. You have the ability to control all of that. And so this is what I want to say about it. How many of you have been in a conversation before and all of a sudden Siri pops up and says something and you're like, I didn't ask you anything, I didn't say anything to you, and your phone just beeps. I was in a conversation yesterday, it happened to me, and my watch, I feel it buzzing, and I looked down, I'm in an agent's office, and I looked down, and my entire conversation, it was just dictating it on my screen, and I'm like, who's it going to text this to? What are you talking about, right? Well, in the same way, have you ever heard of, do you know who Jim Quick is? So he's an amazing speaker, author, and you can look him up, and he's all about educating you on the brain and how the brain works. He's got podcasts, books, videos, etc. And he says your mind is a supercomputer, okay? And your self-talk is the program your mind is running. So think about that. Your mind is eavesdropping on your self-talk. So be careful what you talk about. Be careful what you tell yourself, because your mind is always listening to it. And our thoughts dictate our beliefs, and our beliefs then dictate our actions, and then your actions inform your results. So if you have all this, all this negativity coming in, all these thoughts, and your mindset is not right, and you're just thinking about it in a negative manner instead of a positive, okay, this is a challenge, I'm just going to change my perspective here, then your results are going to be negative, or they're not going to be as significant as you would like them to be. Gary Keller said, I have a couple of quotes. Gary Keller said, be ready to pay the cost of success. The price of admission is to do well over time. And I know everybody here knows this. I know you do. It's about the daily activities over time. And this is what I'm telling my agents all the time. It's consistency. It's time over time on your action. Consistency compounds. We all love to talk about compound interest, right? Well, I want to talk about compound consistency. And that's what I want. That's what I want in my actions. That's my hope and my prayer for you guys. You've got to be consistent all the time in your actions. And if you're consistent day in, day out, you have a day that's off, that's okay. Get right back on the wagon. Day in, day out, you have a day off, that's okay. But as long as consistently over time, your actions are really dictating and informing what your results are. And so how
how are you going to show up for yourself in 2023? So when you think about how do I want to show up and my actions dictating my results, I want to ask you a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, evaluate yourself. If you look in the mirror at the end of the day and you're able to say, scale of 1 to 10, I did my very best. I can look at the mirror, look at my eyes, look at myself and say, I did my absolute very best. Scale of 1 to 10, rate yourself. You don't actually have to do that. Raise your hand and tell me, okay? And it can be, how do I rate on my physical health, my fitness? How do I rate in my business? How do I rate my personal relationships? All of this, right? Think about it. How much do you equate your success with your actions? And are you able to look in the mirror and go, I gave it my best. I gave it my all. I started asking myself this question and I realized, okay, there's some things that, yeah, I could rate myself an 8 or a 7. Sometimes, some days I could be a 10, but was I consistently day after day in one area where it wasn't? For the last 2 years, I pretty much ate and drank my way up the scale and I enjoyed it. It was great. It was a great ride. But then at the end of it, I'm like, damn it, I gained 45 pounds in 2 years by just eating and drinking my way and not doing my best. So I'm calling myself out on that. So I kicked my butt into gear. I don't want to do that anymore. Came up with an action plan that I'm going to do, right? Same thing with your business, same thing with your personal relationships. I realized, oh, I've got one of my children, okay, I need to tie some more heartstrings with this daughter. What are the things I'm going to do? You step into action and you do these things, right? If you're not happy with your number on your scale of 1 to 10, you can change it. You absolutely have the ability to change it. And so you have to decide, mediocrity is not my standard. I want better. I'm going to do better. Ask yourself the hard questions. I have a bunch of questions we're going to go through right now. And ultimately, every single question leads to answer this question. How do I make my life more meaningful? How do I make it more meaningful in all of these areas, for my physical health, for my spirituality, for my, fitness, for my business, for my key relationships? I want you to examine all of those areas. Think about what your growth plan is going to be, and then map it out and execute it. So when I bring this back to the growth plan on the business side, and I'm not talking about your business plan, you need to have a business plan, and hopefully you came up with that in October or November. If you haven't, it's still not too late. Come up with your business plan for next year. I'm talking about your whole growth plan, looking at you as a whole. And what I find the most dangerous thing for my agents in my office, this is what I have determined over the last couple of months. The danger that has happened to their career from coming through this past market is confusing their past success with a tailwind, as though it's a tailwind of momentum moving them forward. We just came through the market where you just drive down a street and open up the window, kind of throw out a sign, and it lands crooked. And by the time you get to the office, you have four offers and it sells for $60,000 over asking, right? It was crazy. Because of that, and you guys all know this, everybody didn't have, and prices were going up. People didn't need to focus on their numbers, their unit count, right? Because the volume, the gross amount of the sale was so much higher. You were able to, probably a lot of you, were able to make more money this past year selling less units than you did the previous year. That's what's happened at Chico. That's with my agents. So some of them got lazy. I call them out on it. Like you got lazy, you got complacent. It was easy to do because it was just like times were good. It kind of reminded me of that Wolf on Wall Street, and they're just like, oh, let's just enjoy, and the wine is flowing, and it's just great. Life is grand, and it's easy to make money, and dollar signs coming out, out your butt. And it's not going to stay like that, right? So now we're back to the basics of going all of these things. So, if you lack the discipline and the consistency, you're not gonna like the results. So even though this is hard, you guys, I know it's hard, but I want you to remember this, and here's a quote for it. Strength, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Strength does not come from winning. Strength comes from your struggles. When you go through hardships and you decide not to surrender, that is strength. That is strength. And one last thing before I hand these out, and we're going to talk about this, is, you know, there's some agent, have you earned the right to work part-time right now? So there are a lot of agents, they just come in, and they visit and talk a little bit, and then let's go to Starbucks and get some coffee, and let's go do this. And I'm just talking about people in my office, maybe you guys don't do that, but I see a lot of that going on. And I'm like, it just exactly what when you think about going to work at a job, at another place, at a company, and you go for your 9-to-5 job, you go there and you actually work from 8 to 5, 9 to 5. They would show up to the office, but they're not working on their business from 9 to 5, right? That's what happens. People just, they weren't doing that. So now you have this decision to come and to work or to not work. Now, some agents, I have a couple agents who have earned the right to work part-time. So they come to the office, they leave by 2 every day, but they are extremely focused. They're top producers, their GCI is over $1 million a year. But when they come in, they work so hard. They take an extra day off during the week, so they do work part-time. It's pretty amazing. They've got, you know, an assistant on their team, they're doing their things, but they've earned the right to do that. They started in the last shift, just like you. And they put in all the time. They did their dues, they paid the dues, and they got to the place that they wanted to be. One of my agents, she's like, I paid off my house, I paid off the cars. I told my husband, if you want another house, then you can buy that one. I'm staying here. I don't want a car payment. I don't want a house payment. I've earned this right. I can step back. And if I only do, you know, X number of deals, I'm totally fine. I want to do it. It's probably going to take a little bit more effort to keep that number of deals that she wants, but she can still work part-time. All the new agents and other ones who have bigger dreams and goals of what they want to achieve, I'm telling them, you don't have the right to do that. You've not earned the right to do that. Now, if you want to just have a part-time income, that's fine. But if you want to have a full-time income and work part-time, it's not going to work. It's not going to work unless you've been in the business a very long time and you paid your dues. So everybody needs to just put that out of their mind. All right, so what I want to do is I put my name on the top here, you guys, and I put my email if you want to talk to me later, and my phone number, and we can just pass these out. And this is a growth plan. I want to talk about a growth plan, and I want to go through these questions. So a growth plan is about how you are going to change. I want you to be vulnerable and real with yourself. What are you willing to do in order to change and grow? And you need to have big enough goals that require you to change to achieve them, and begin with asking yourself questions. So think about an actual plan, like what skills am I missing that if I had them, it would change my life? What gaps do I have? Who do I want to meet with? Who has gone before me? What habits do I need to develop? What skill set do I need to sharpen? What skill set do I need to add and develop? What's next for me? What's the next level of achievement I am going after? What are some resources I need to explore? Does my calendar own me, or do I own my calendar? Am I time blocking? What is working well in my business right now? What is my biggest challenge? Do I have a system in place? If not, get one. Are my systems written out? What else? These are all questions. Ask yourself when you're going to do that. What does my growth plan look for, and look like for these areas? Spiritual, physical, personal, key relationships, business, finances. Answer these questions. Ask yourself this, and then look at actionable items you can do. So what classes, training, seminars do I want to attend? So there's like a bazillion seminars and trainings and classes around here. We just saw a whole bunch here. And what can happen is you can get distracted. Everything is not for you. So what I tell my agents, pick the ones that you really need to focus on. And the others don't come. Come to the one that you need that's gonna help you dive really deep. You don't want this really wide net and to be this, and be superficial. You gotta be still, you gotta build your skill set and go deep. Pick the areas you wanna go deep on. So don't do everything. What books do you wanna read? Do you wanna teach? Who are the people, the mentors I need to meet with, and how frequent? Write questions and come with a written plan. What retreats do I want to seek out? What events do I want to attend? What types of events? What things do I want to study and learn more about that are going to help me and help fuel my mindset to keep me on target? All of these are little topics you can explore: finance, investment, psychology, technology, coaching. Are you in coaching? Do you want to get a coach? Do you want to coach someone else? Marketing, production, closing techniques, sales funnels, real estate. What are the specifics? All those things. So when I started asking myself these questions, and I put what else, because there's a bunch of questions that aren't even on here. Start writing them out. But I started exploring this past year. Did anybody go to the KW Wealth seminar in workshop in Austin this year? So I went to the first one and it was in July, and it was when I really realized I want to level up and I want to challenge myself. I really want to start thinking bigger. So they give you a whole bunch of homework to even go to this thing. You have to pay $1,000 to go for a day. And then you got to pay for your trip and go there. And I just thought, it's an investment. I want to do it. And then they send you the homework and you got to read and do things. And they give you this massive spreadsheet. And this is the homework, you guys. And this is when I really started thinking big. This was the homework. You had to fill out this spreadsheet. And it was a spreadsheet that starts with year 2022, which is year one. Okay. And it goes out for 30 years. And at the bottom of it, there's a little tally. And you need to be putting on there what you are purchasing and buying and investing in each year. And there was a tab for real estate, and then there was a tab for stocks, bonds, etc. But on the real estate one, it would auto-populate. You put what is the appreciation, and then it would also, you would put in your amortization, your loan, about what you think. So, and year 10, I'm going to buy 100 units or whatever. And you just map out this thing. And the homework was at the bottom. You had to get to $50 million. And the goal was, what is my plan to get to $50 million in 30 years? And you couldn't get in the door without having this completely mapped out. So it took a long, long time. The point of me telling you this is that it really started me elevating my thinking, like, well, how else can I challenge myself? What else can I do? Who are the people, the mentors I need to meet with? How frequently? I started thinking, I don't know. I have all these questions, and I wish my dad was still around, and he's not here anymore, and I want guidance. And so I was like, okay, who's ahead of me in the game? And I wrote down some questions and I made a goal for myself. So my personal goal was, I'm going to meet with one mentor a quarter. Now you could do it monthly if you want, but I wanted to find somebody really big once a quarter to meet with. I met with him yesterday, my first one. And this guy, and they have grown their real estate business huge. And all he does is investments, and he puts together deals and syndicates and all kinds of stuff. And this guy makes $925,000 of passive income every year from his investments. And so I just sat down with him and I said, all right, tell me what I should do. If you were me, what would you do? If you could go back in time, what would you do? Here's how much money I have. Here's what I make. What would you do? Advise me. Give me advice. What should I be listening to? How many podcasts do you listen to? What, a week? What are the names of them? What are some books you recommend? How many books do you read? How many, what is your growth plan? What are you doing? Ask. And you come away fueled and excited, and like it brought me to a point like, oh, here's how I want to grow. Here's what I'm going to do. This is what I want to add to my growth plan. This also just helps you be on target in your business. So if you can get this pumped up and fired up about your growth plan, aren't you going to do better in your business if this is how it is? You're going to be stoked. And so I left. I was so stoked. I said, oh, I'm nervous. I don't know. It seems like you pull some investors. So you've got this cash and you're thinking too small. Why aren't you going after some bigger property? Set your sights. So you need to, so raise a couple more $1 million to go with, you know, what you're doing. And it was like, all right, but I don't know how. He's like, okay, here's what you're gonna do. And he told me, you know, go to this training and you're gonna learn how to put a syndicate together. I'm like, all right. So I left pumped up and I'm like, I'm gonna raise money. I'm doing this. I'm excited. So those are the things that you should do. Think about it. Think about how you can grow, challenge yourself. I have just a simple thing for you guys, and this is just really simple. Now, all of these questions, you can't do it all, right? But think about what you want to focus on. Where do you want to grow? Where do you want to do? This is a simple plan. I have one on an Excel spreadsheet because I wanted to be able to have, here's this year's, here's next year's growth plan, and then I can change things and add it on. But write it down. Think about what you want to do. We're out of time, but I was hoping you guys could, I'm just gonna ask a few questions right now. I would love to hear from any of you. I wanted to bring some groups to do something, but I knew we didn't have enough time. But I want to hear from you guys. What are some areas, does this, or any thought with you of an area that you would like to grow, that you would like to develop? Have you thought about doing anything like this? Is anybody doing this?
Hi, Leah. My name is Jose.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you for coming today because I'm a very big believer in self-development, self-growth. A lot of it comes from reading, the one thing to talk about the 7 perspectives as you brought up. And then also, it's learning how to improve the other areas of your life so you can actually live that life by design that Keller Williams, we talk about so much. Yeah. So I just want to say thank you for that too. I myself, I've been doing self-growth for, past couple of years now, but this past year I really dug more deep into it because it's my 5th year in real estate. So again, just thank you for talking about this. I just want to say that.
So you're welcome. And Sam, you know what? I'll email these to you.
Thank you so much.
And then you can email them to everybody as
Thank
well.
I want to say I was talking with my coach. Yeah. Yeah, she ran a similar exercise. Like, John, we're thinking about 2023 plan. He's like, John, I want you to think crazy. He's like, I was like, okay. He's like, what would it take for you to make 10 million next year? $10 million. Wow. Crap, that's a lot. Okay. And then I said, no, I want you to think seriously. Like, I want you to make, if you could draw a plan that said, I'm going to make $10 million next year, what would that look like? I said, okay. And so we started drawing something like, it had to be this, I'd have to do this, I'd have to buy this, I'd have to change what I'm buying, what I'm investing in. I probably need other people's money to do that. This and that, this and that, this and that. Right? Real estate team. And I put it out there and I was like, but you're right. It made me excited.
It makes you excited.
Because I was like, if I even did this and got to 3 million,
yeah,
who the frick cares, right? But it made me excited. It gives you a clear picture on what you need to do with your business. I challenge you, if you haven't hit $1 million, what would it take to do $1 million in your business next year?
Yeah.
And I'm a firm believer anyone can hit $1 million in a year if you're really good. In real estate, even in this market. So, but think about it. Growth plan. Think about, and most of the time, what like you exactly said, the difference between you and there is systems, your growth, skill sets, right? Skills that people you need to know and meet and talk to, right? Those are the things that are going to make the difference, right?
Yeah.
I love this.
Anyone else?
You make me excited.
I'm excited about it because I love looking at going, okay, so like this year, I was like, okay, I'm an investor. And I want to break out of I'm doing the smaller multifamily right now. So I've got, 4plexes, duplexes, and my big bread and butter was single family homes. I want to get out of it. I want to take it to the next level. So then I was like, okay, what do I need to do to start learning? And I got to learn a lot more about money, and I got to learn about financing. And and obviously I've been in business a long time, so I know a lot. And I also know there's so much that I don't know. So then I got excited thinking, okay, what do I need to do it? Now you come up with this plan, you start asking yourselves these questions, and this just really dovetails perfectly into GPS and core you and Rich are going to be teaching. That's how you implement it. You get it into your daily plan. And one of those questions I had on there, you guys, is how does your calendar own you, or do you own your calendar? And how often do you allow yourself to get hijacked? get off your plan. How often does that happen to you? You let somebody else hijack you from your time block. Happens very, very easily. And you have to not let the tail wag the dog. You have to stick to it. And you have to plan time. So in my calendar, I actually put, so I got a wealth accountability group. I meet with 4 agents in my office, and we are all focused on building our wealth. And we tell each other how many doors we're going to close on in the next number of days, like personal development. Tell them how much weight am I going to lose? What am I going to do? What are my workouts? So we talk about all kinds of goals, but our main one is our wealth accountability. And we say, where's your wealth, building time coming in? Time block it on your calendar. And I literally put on my calendar 1 hour a day. 1 hour a day for me to focus on learning about and building my wealth. And if it's researching deals, whatever it is, it's an hour a day, whatever I'm doing, it's an hour a day, which when you think of, in the scheme of things, well, that's not very much. And then on the other hand, when you think about your day, that's a huge chunk of my day. So you have to do it, but you have to prioritize it, or you're not going to move the needle. You don't put it on your calendar, you're not going to move the needle. So that's when the 411 and the GPS and really sticking to it is going to help you reach those goals. So that's my goal for you guys. Be excited about, think about part of your growth plan can be, okay, I need to make sure I've got my business plan dialed in. I've got this dialed in. But just think of yourself as a whole. So this keeps you just really excited and fired up for your business. You guys are running the best business there is. And you can help people, but you get to make money doing it. It's like really fantastic. It's not like you're not out there shoveling, what. You're doing some really great things and helping people in one of the basic needs of life, which is shelter. People need us. People need you guys. So that's it. I love you guys. Thanks for having me.
We want more growth mindset. We're going to have these documents for you, but also we are going to come to our closing class. A lot of this is going to be pertaining to that as well. So if you haven't had a growth plan, if you haven't had your business plan for 2023 set already, please come talk to me or staff. We'll get you set up. We'll get you in the right trainings or even one-on-one to help you get that going. So, okay, thank you, everyone. Have a great day. No community next week, but 15th we'll have another community stuff.
Yeah.
It's fine, man.
Popeye's driver here with the shipment of the seasoning for our new blackened chicken sandwich. Do you copy?
Copy that. Do you copy me?